If we don't come through and win this Sunday, I'll see you all in hell. Shane McMahon talking to the Alliance, or me talking to the only Little League team that I coach for one game. You decide. I'm John Renton with the Retro Review of WWE Raw for November 12, 2001. The go-home Raw for Survivor Series 2001. Whoa, we're almost there. And my God, once again, the invasion angle didn't have a prayer. Though I am debating on whether I will continue retro reviewing through at least the end of 2001, because this has been fun, and Vengeance 2001 and the Supermarket Brawl between Booker T and Stone Cold Steve Austin were pretty damn good moments. But anyway, let me know your thoughts on this show in the comments, please. Vince McMahon talking to Rock, Jericho, and everybody. Come on, guys, we gotta get along. Ha ha ha! I'm a genius, damn it. Seriously, guys, I don't want my company to go under. Ha ha ha! Anyway, so, yep, who can trust who? Whose side is who on? And here's Kirk Angel talking about, well, a group that basically imploded from within. They didn't win the big one. He's talking about the 2001 Boston Red Sox. Mentions Pedro Martinez and various other players. This is a few years before the Red Sox would reverse the curse in one of the best moments I remember in my entire time watching professional sports. Seriously, the Red Sox coming back and winning the World Series after so many goddamn years was really, really fucking cool. So he calls out Austin for an apology for stunning him on SmackDown, well, to close SmackDown. But here's Edge, and he wants a U.S. title shot. And that's basically it. That's pretty much it. They said bastard a couple times. And then we had this match, which wasn't bad. Heyman and JR talk about the pay-per-view and snipe at each other. Not just during this match, but during the whole damn show. And there was an angle slam, but no cover. Kane's pyro goes off, and Angle is so shocked by this because he attacked Kane's ankle, his cankle, if you will, a couple weeks ago. And oh my God, is Kane going to come back? No, he's not going to come back, at least not yet, because Edge hits a spear. 1, 2, 3. He is the new WCW US champion. Because why not just toss the belts onto everybody at this point? Though at least they try to rectify that by Survivor Series 2001 with something that Commissioner Mick Foley talks about a little bit later on. Then Kane does show up, and he locks on the cankle lock onto Angle, and it's more unity among the various teams. Like, oh, Kane's trying to get at Team Alliance member Kurt Angle. And then Richards comes out and basically almost shatters his goddamn knee with the way he lands. And Dreamer comes out, and nothing of value was lost when he got laid out. Taz has an interview with Michael Cole. Boy, really kind of funny how Michael Cole is taller than a wrestler. I will never get over that. And he wants to shot Austin. I've got nothing left to lose. I love that Puddle of Mud song from the 2004 Royal Rumble. My God, the fact I remember that is really fucking weird. So Test and Booker took on the Hardys with Lita. It's a WWE Tag Team Championship match. They gave Test a lot of good TV time and some title runs, even if they weren't all that long. They were giving him a bit of a push heading into 2002, weren't they? I mean, he wasn't on the Mania 18 card. At least I don't think he was. But they were trying to give him a bit of a push, and they cooled off on that. Then they started to heat up a little bit again in the summer when he took on Brock in the King of the Ring semifinals, and then took on Test, I believe, as part of the Un-Americans, or he took on Taker, rather, as part of the Un-Americans at SummerSlam, and then they had the testicle fans when Stacy brought out his testicles. Stop thinking about it, Zach. I know you're thinking about it. Stop it. Get some help. So then they kind of cooled off on that because Test and Stacy stopped getting, they stopped getting featured so much in early 2003. So anyway, back to this. The Hardys are back on the same page for a week until we get to Survivor Series 2001. And then the big men beat the Hardys down, and then Hardys come back. A girl keeps screaming in the crowd for no goddamn reason. Maybe because she realized she was in Boston. Hi, everybody. Nothing against Boston, but I just had to say it. Big men end up colliding with each other. We get a referee distraction. Lita, Karana, while both men are separated, because you got to keep them separated. Hey. And then a roll-up. Most devastating maneuver in all professional wrestling. Surprise roll-up. 1, 2, 3. And the Hardys win the WWF Tag Team Championships. So there we go. Matt is annoyed that Lita was celebrating with Jeff and not him. Chavo and Hugh Morris asked Vince for a job if the Alliance loses. And then that comes back to bite them a little bit later. So, he says, rats leaving his ship. And Vince says, no. Ha ha ha. So, he doesn't laugh, but that would have been funny. Taz versus Austin. The bell rang, then the bell rang. Stunner in 30 seconds. So, Shane then yells at Austin, stop beating Taz down. Your Alliance awaits you. Get back here. Damn it. Shane almost channeling Vince. Stephanie's yelling at Chavo and Hugh Morris, and Regal fires him, and then Austin shows up, and Angle wants an answer. Why'd you stun me? Da da da. Shane says it's all on the line and everything. We gotta do this. We can't crumble from within. We put all our money into this. That's a terrible investment, Shane and Stephanie. Why would you goddamn do that? Nobody believed it, but they really tried to sell it. And there we go. Dudley's with Stacy took on Scotty 2 Hotty and Albert, who are getting a WCW Tag Team Championship shot for no fucking reason. Albert and Scotty 2 Hotty were not a tag team. They didn't last very long either. But after they went to deal with the X Factor, and X-Pac took a hiatus, it had something to do for Albert until he went to New Japan, got really successful, and then they brought him back as Lord Tensai. Whew. So yeah, by the way, Stacy got pantsed. Stop thinking about it, Zach. And the match never got started. That was pretty much it. Vince is in talking to Jericho about his actions. I'm sick of the people. Vince says, well, we need to basically get along or else. That's about it. Regal then is prepping for his match. Christian pours tea, and Regal says, hey, you're going to get a European Championship, or you're going to defend against Big Show in a non-title match, but here's what's going to happen. Da-da-da, and he whispers in his ear. So even though something really bad happens a little bit later, it gets rectified. So Undertaker takes on RVD in a hardcore title match. The crowd was into this, battle to the stage, crossbody off the truss, a truss fall if you will. Booker runs in. No Kane, don't know where the fuck Kane was. No explanation on where Kane was. 2-on-1. A big superplex, but then 5-star frog splash. 1, 2, 3. There you go. And Rock and Vince are talking. Once again, you and Jericho need to get along. I don't care if you beat each other up after Survivor Series, but we have to survive. What did he say? Says, oh, he's sick of the people's eyebrow. No problem. Sick of the people's elbow. No problem. This went on forever. There was a lot of talking on this fucking show. Let me tell you how I feel about Jericho. He's a moose hunting, son of a bitch. Sick of the people. That's a problem. And talking about that. Commissioner Rick Foley, yes, I forgot that he came back already. He knows what will happen no matter who wins. Vince McMahon, you can take my job, but you can't take my pride. There's too many championships. Talks about having the moldy WWE championship that smelled really bad, smelled like mildew and everything, after he won it on December 28th, 1998, not January 4th, 1999, because it was actually taped on the 28th of December, but it did put butts in seats, and boy, did Nitro shit the goddamn bed there. And that was the last time that they were really fucking competitive with WWE, because even though they had great ratings, WWE was in the midst of their own winning streak, because WCW, again, fucking shit the bed. Moving on. He basically says we're going to do a whole bunch of unifications. He screws up Edge and Test as the respective champions, but then again, I don't think Foley could be bothered to care. Foley even talked about in his documentary, he was burned out, he needed time away. And we get Big Show versus Christian. Well, it's a squash. DDP shows up, and then we get a chair punch. Boom! 1, 2, 3. And then Dudley's come out and put the table through the Big Show after DDP had a diamond cutter. And the APA show up. Not a moment too late. And then Jericho and Rock talk. And Taker basically yells at them and says, you need to get on the same page. Kane, where the hell were you? I'm going to beat all your asses if we don't win at Survivor Series. Hell, I might beat all your asses even if we win. You don't know. Because Taker returns heel for no goddamn reason after Survivor Series. And then Regal takes on The Rock in the WCW Championship match. And Regal attacks early. It was fine. JR and Heyman continue to argue. Tajiri hits or sprays the mist in Regal's face after the referee is distracted. And the sharpshooter. Rock sharpshooter won a match, and the world died a little bit more because that's a terrible sharpshooter. Rock calls out Stone Cold. And he's here, and they snipe back and forth, keep taking the mic away from each other. They have some good verbal jabs. This is actually worth checking out, but they edited something majorly. I don't remember exactly what they edited. I think it was something that Austin said. Something that Austin Rock said. Maybe it was, I'm not totally fucking sure because it was really, really awkward. Like, it was a hard edit. Because Jericho, or not Jericho, but Jericho shows up in a man. Austin talked about that. It really bothers me when you guys do that. And then cut to the crowd and a big edit and rock bottom to Austin. And he's starting to beat him down. Angle comes down. Jericho comes down. Austin and Angle are on the same page. Jericho and Rock are on the same page until we get to the pay-per-view. And that's it. I don't know what the edit was. It was really awkward. But it is what it is. Good verbal exchange. Just really strange how they added that. So anyway, if you guys remember, because it's been 20 years, I'm trying to remember. If you remember what they fucking added off of that, let me know in the comments. Like, share, subscribe, Twitter handle in the description. I'm John Retlin. I'll see you soon.